As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I'm joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, Meerut, deemed to be university, and Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies extend greetings to all the participants from India and abroad who are attending today's national webinar series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022, Atmanirbhar Bharat in Agriculture. The webinar is being hosted on every Thursday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Today is 15th September 2022. Today we celebrate National Engineers Day. It is the birth anniversary of Bharat Ratna, Dr. M. Vishwesharaya, the finest engineer of the country. Today's webinar is on the topic Agricultural Resources Information System and micro-level planning for enhancing farm health. Key to achieving the doubling farmers' income by 2022 agenda put forth. Very important topic. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, the faculty members of the university, and on my behalf, and as Professor Emeritus and Chairman of Centers of Excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, and Center for Health Informatics and Computing. Let me welcome today's guest speaker to deliver the talk in the 93rd edition of the National Webinar Series, Professor Dr. Seema Mehra Parihar. He is a fellow of Delhi School of Public Health, Institute of Eminence and University of Delhi, and faculty, Department of Geography, and member Board of Research Studies, Faculty of Social Studies, University of Delhi. I wish to inform the participants and the speaker that the university regularly conducts two webinar series. National webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022 on every Thursday, and international webinar series on open source digital technology towards self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, on every Saturday. For the benefits of the participants and also our guest speaker, so far we have organized 92 editions on very important topic. Let me spell out topics of these webinars held so far, so that it attract lot of research scholars and startups to take interest in this webinar series. Role of agriculture cooperative societies and e-governance. The country has 1 lakh primary agriculture cooperative society and 22,000 primary fisher cooperative society and about 1.5 lakh dairy cooperative society. They have to be made as value chain. Blockchain technology based fishery value chain. A self-contained village, a felt need of the day. Spices informatics network value chain. Land and a camera, a camouflaged treasure trove. Smart hill agriculture. Mehra mobile, Mehra marketing. Integrated mariculture, aquaponics, and precision agriculture for income revolution. Digital agri-tech and industry perspective. Land resources information system in India, present and road ahead. Weather decision technologies for increasing farm income. Big data in smart farming. Sustainable soil and land management for climate smart agriculture. Understanding market dynamics for increasing farm income. Role of technologies in mitigating crop risk. How to generate additional profit via simple, attractive approaches in farm produce. Adoption of flexi rubber check dam technology. Potential benefit for farmers in rain-fed and coastal agro ecosystems. Realizing the economic benefits of agroforestry. Octosol, organic humic solutions for increasing crop yields and quality while increasing farm income and improving soil health. Closing nutrient loop. Phosphorus management in protein farming. Artificial intelligence enabled pest management technology for agriculture crop protection without pesticides. Poultry monitoring solutions, smart poultry monitoring solutions, agrobiodiversity, intellectual property laws, agriculture and farmers' welfare, and insight into the issues for India's agrarian economy, manufacture and application of biochar for increased soil fertility and crop productivity, sustainable integration of livestock with agriculture for farm income increase, role of geographical indications on improving farmers' income, lessons from Asia Pacific region, dairy informatics network value chain, spices informatics network value chain, generating sustainable on-farm income through fintech interventions, nutrition sensitive agriculture, pathway for increasing farmer income, artificial intelligence and data analytics to ensure optimal nutrition in the soil, harvested food that minimizes human disease, bioenergy supply chain, business opportunity for rural enterprises and NPOs, tech enabling India's tech-starved farmers for manifold increase in productivity and income, and open insurance ecosystem for agriculture producers, risk management solutions to overcome repercussions on farmers' income, market stability, and food safety. Role of mass media for farmers' income increase. Agriculture Stack, AgStack, a open source digital infrastructure for the agriculture ecosystem, a Linux Foundations project. Circular bioeconomy towards resilience. Urgent need for redefining raw materials and modified waste management policies and regulations. Agritech New Horizon in Indian agriculture. Supporting of farmers for marketing will only help doubling of income by 2022. Rural transformation of farmers' income increase. Case studies from impoverished districts. Mobile-enabled software as a service to solve complex supply chain challenges. Janjire's journey in India, integrated precision agriculture solutions, doubling the income of farmers through eco-agriculture revolutions. Bayer's carbon farming initiatives, post-production interventions maximizing value for farmers. BAFE model of revival of traditional water management systems to enable doubling of farmers' income. Should we adopt farmers' welfare as a new paradigm instead of farmers' income? ICT intervention in agriculture, challenges and opportunities. Democratizing the future of farming, a global experience. Commercializing commercial processing of orders, a next game changer in dairying. Data-driven agriculture and agri-tech startups perspective. Agribusiness potentials in Moringa. Agricultural income pathway, strengthening links between agricultural activities and nutrition outcome. Technology, education, research and rehabilitation of the environment. Cultivating dignity for farmers. Model Village Development Program, a case study from Maharashtra. Market-driven agriculture, need for development of crop-specific strategies at block level. Farmers collective with value addition, powerful business model for income increase for small and marginal farmers. Lessons from Operation Flood for transforming agriculture and food systems. Sustainable food production. Agriculture marketing in India, defects therein and remedial measures if any. Small-scale fisheries and their contribution to rural livelihoods. Impacting lives through livelihood promotion and value chain development. Organic spices cultivation for doubling of farmers' income in northeastern region of India. Agriculture exports management, imperatives of integrating with the global value chain at the earliest. Agriculture value chain, challenges and opportunities. Dairy husbandry for food security and national prosperity. Mushroom cultivation, a way towards self-reliance from agriculture waste and providing nutritional food security to the nation. Subhas Palekar, natural farming, future of farming rooted in Indian tradition. Vision 2025, agriculture and allied sectors viewpoint. Doubling income of tribal families through value chain intervention on minor forest to producer, a case study on custard apple value chain from Udaipur, Rajasthan. Unnati Agri, internet in farmlands, key for prosperous farmers. Jackfruit informatics network value chain. Doubling of farmers' income through integrated agri value chain. Potential role of minor fruits through integrate minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. Fisheries informatics network value chain, untapped potential for growth, co-create solutions to realize gains for farms, households, and communities. Neem tree, sustainable solution to livelihood, chemical-free nutritious food, and global warming. One district, one product, informatics network value chain, the key to unlocking India's potential of agri-exports. Village e-commerce, challenges, barriers, and potentials in rural India. Export promotion of GI tagged agricultural products from India. Issues, challenges, and potential. Doubling Indian farmer income through indigenous cows, opportunities and challenges. Livestock insurance ecosystem, a necessity for smallholder farmer in India. Innovative future farming, need for design agriculture. Empowering rural farmers by co-creating value-added products, a agri-tech entrepreneur perspective. Food value chain, issues, challenges, and potentials. Animal health industry, quality, innovation, talent, and technology have the power to reform, transform. Farm-linked activities and secondary agriculture, empowering small and marginal farmers in India. Harnessing opportunities in rainfed area, pathway to prosperity. Agri-entrepreneurs development, pathway for farming as a service. Today is the 93rd edition, which will be addressed by Professor Dr. Seema Parihar of the Delhi University on a very important topic, agricultural resources information system and micro-level planning for enhancing farm health, key to achieving the doubling farmers' income by 2022 agenda put forth by Dr. Ashok Dalwai Committee. India is said to be a land of villages. Acharya Vinoba Bhai said India is largely an agricultural country, Krishi Pradhan Desh, and a country of villages having more than 6.25 lakh villages. It employs more than 50% of the workforce and generates about 19% of its GDP. And climate change has both direct and indirect effects on agricultural productivity, including changing rainfall patterns, severe drought, flooding, and changes on the geographical redistribution of pests and diseases. Farmers of India are facing multidimensional problems: price fluctuation, debt, lack of infrastructure, and weather. Indian farming community comprises of about 14.5 crore operational holders, of which 85% farmers have small and marginal size operational holdings. Farmer needs timely, location-specific, and personalized information for effective control on their production, risk, and then market their produce to identified market opportunities. And I also would like to quote our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, what he said on 7th Governing Council meeting at Niti Aayog, held on 7th August 2022. He said, I quote, he stressed the need to focus on modernized agriculture, modernized animal husbandry, and modernized food processing to become self-sufficient and global leader in the agriculture. In the closing remark, he also said each state should focus on promoting trade, tourism, and technology via every Indian mission around the world. And it's very important. And I also, related to this today's topic, I would like to quote the recommendation of Dr. Ashok Dalwai Committee, namely Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 Report 2018. I was associated with this committee for 2 volumes, Volume 11 and Volume 12B, as its group leader. Volume 11 talks about empowering the farmers through extension and knowledge dissemination. And Volume 12 talks about digital technology in agriculture. This is where today's topic is very important. It recommends 7 mission mode programs for digitalization of Indian agriculture system as in the farming systems life cycle. Number 1, digitalized agriculture, digital technology and innovation in agriculture. It means synergization of Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India programs for transformational reforms in agriculture sector through smart irrigated farming, smart rainfed farming, and smart tribal farming. Why to grow? Why not to grow? Where to grow? Where not to grow? How to grow? How not to grow? Second is digitalized agromet advisories and agricultural risk management solutions. Third is very important related to today's topic. Digitalized agricultural resources information system. The committee has recommended digitalized agricultural resources information system and micro level planning for achieving smart village. Just 1 minute. Because with ACM. And so achieving smart village and smart farming. Digitalized agricultural resources information system and micro level planning for achieving smart village and smart farming. This is where all the Department of Geography and professors like Professor Seema Parihar have to lead the nation. Digitalized value chain for about 400 agriculture commodities and digitalized access to inputs, technology, knowledge, skill, agricultural finance, credit, marketing, and agribusiness management to farmers. Digitalized integrated land and water management system, per drop, more crop, less input, more output. And last one is very important. This is a $1 trillion data economy. If this we are achieved, digitalized farm health management. I felt very happy that today our guest speaker is going to talk on agriculture resources information system and micro level planning for enhancing farm health. And this is the seventh recommendation, digitalized farm health management for reduction of farmers' loss. It means, to look at people health, that is farmer health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, fish health, and environment health. It is $1 trillion data economy, and if through GIS technology, and if it is seen on a village through agricultural resources information system and micro level planning, and we don't have to go for national lockdown in case of any other future pandemic situation. And it also talks about, this committee talks about networking of cooperative societies and digitalization of cooperative societies. And it's very important. And I also would like to quote Atmanirbhar Bharat, the mission of our Honorable Prime Minister, making India a self-reliant nation, rested on 5 I's: intent, inclusion, investment, infrastructure, and innovation. Rested on 5 pillars: quantum jump in economy, infrastructure, what that represents modern India, systems 21st century technology driven, demand, whereby the strength of our demand and supply chain should be utilized to full capacity, vibrant demography, and also that in the third tranche of the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, the government of India sanctioned 1.5 lakh crore as a booster to strengthen agricultural cooperative societies, farmer produce organization, and startups for boosting farm gate infrastructure. It's very important. And government of India also now have a blueprint for achieving Amrit Kaal led up to 100. Means on 2047, India will be new India. It has got its blueprint, and which based on the vision, complementing the macroeconomic level growth, focus with a microeconomic level, all-inclusive welfare focus. And it has got a blueprint, and very important, which will directly benefit our youth, women, farmers, scheduled caste, and scheduled tribe. And I also would like to quote what Prime Minister said it on 15th August 2022. He talked about Panch Pran of Amrit Kaal, goal of developed India, remove any traces of colonial mindset, take pride in our roots, unity, and sense of duty among citizens. We have 17 sustainable development goals and agenda 2030 to give us the future we want. Achieving 17 sustainable development goals and 169 targets. Farm-linked activities and secondary agriculture empower small and marginal farmers in India. This is what the Dalwai Committee report talks about in 13 volumes. And today's topic is digitalized agricultural resources information system and micro level planning for achieving smart village and smart farming. This is the Doubling Farmers Income 2022 recommendation. I have been closely associated with this topic since 1987. And by 2000, I was the the member secretary for a task force of the National Natural Resources Management System of the Department of Space on Agricultural Resources Information System. And it has given a very good recommendation. It said that it is a much needed strategy for a sustainable rural livelihood. And agriculture is highly dynamic in nature because of the changing phenomenon of agricultural crops, which is further complicated by interaction of crops with the environment. Despite the potential of economic and ecological benefits, adoption of precision technologies is very slow throughout the world. The reasons for limited implementation of site-specific management or precision farming in Asian countries are due to small land holdings, cost-benefit aspect, heterogeneity of cropping systems, lack of local technical expertise, and knowledge technological gaps. India has got a total geographical area of 329 million hectares, out of which about 265 million hectares represent various degree of potential for biological reproduction. It is reported that more than 50% of the total geographical area is threatened by various types of land degradation, such as soil erosion, gully and ravine formation, salinity, waterlogging, and shifting cultivation, and so on and so forth. There is a need for integrated land use planning policy for sustainable agriculture and rural development. There is a need for undertaking capacity building for about 13,000 block level agriculture offices and rural development offices in land use planning, and also involvement of geography discipline from schools and colleges of the block for natural resource management at panchayat level, sub-district level was envisaged. Sustainable development and management of natural resources is the need of the hour. An integrated approach using IT and geospatial technology in generating knowledge and developing decision support system needs to be implemented. Farmer, land, and natural resources supported by land have intrinsic and dynamic relationship. Agriculture is information intensive. This will impact rural economies, and stock taking and diagnostic surveys needed early in the planning process to provide information about the wide range of factors, among the others influencing agriculture performance, agroclimatic data, agroeconomic data, agroforestry resource, animal resources, capital resource, crops and cropping systems, environment data, fisheries resource, land owners data, infrastructure data, institutional resource, plant resource, soil resource, and socio-economic data. There is a need to bridge theory and reality at grassroots. Converting millions of poor farmers to use the new technologies has been a colossal task. The implementation of agricultural resources information system agrees will facilitate development of typology specific agriculture development plan in the country. And as a resource application, and agronomic practices are to match with the soil attributes and crop requirements. Agricultural resources information system is a way forward to improve agricultural productivity in rural areas and a much needed domestic strategy and sustainable rural livelihoods. Madam, can you put your video on? The AGRIS is a step towards establishing a location-specific e-government model for the poor. And it initiated as a central sector scheme. And we wanted to do 2 pilot projects, and as recommended by the core group 5 of Standing Committee on Agriculture and Soil. And we had real operational difficulties in the pilot projects. And In view of this, now today technology is available. There is a commitment from the entire country at the grassroots level. Once again, Doubling Farmers Income Committee reports of the Dr. Ashok Dalwai Committee once again recommends agricultural resources information system and micro level planning. Micro level planning is another area which I was closely associated from 1987. Planning Commission took initiative to have a detailed village level information system to facilitate micro level planning, and it is a central sector scheme. We have we have done an initial database creation, and then we wanted to take it one district per state, and 28 state and one in Andaman Nicobar Island. That also, due to various problems, that also has been discontinued. Now, Doubling Farmers Income Committee report once again recommends the importance of this micro level planning at the village level. That project is called District Plan Project. And National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture 2019 once again recommended the both agrees agricultural resources information system and district plan projects earlier has faced with the inter and intra institutional problems, and e-governance project is top down and undertaken, but projects bottom up for development project, this agrees and district plan were not given required importance. E-governance means top down, development project means bottom up. Now, Doubling Farmers Income Committee report once again recommends that agricultural resources information system and micro level planning have to be operationalized to promote smart farming and smart village. And it also says that these recommendations are required to be acted upon through institutional approach under the Doubling Farmers Income by 2022 mission. It is not too late. And this also I presented as a paper in 2004 at ESCAP meeting at Bangkok. Agricultural Resources Information System and e-government program for fostering agricultural growth, poverty reduction, and sustainable resource use in India. It's very important. District Plan, Nicknet-based distributed database for micro-level planning in India. It was presented in 1996 in very large database, conference held in Mumbai. Now, with this introduction, let us now turn to the address by Professor Dr. Seema Mehra Parihar, Fellow, Delhi School of Public Health, Institute of Eminence, University of Delhi, Faculty Member, Board of Research Studies, Faculty of Department of Geography, Kirori College, and Member, Board of Research Studies, Faculty of Social Studies, University of Delhi, to talk on very important topic, agricultural resources information system and micro-level planning for enhancing farm health. And since this is a key to achieve the doubling farmers' income by 2022 agenda, which has been put forth. Today's topic will motivate and galvanize the participants watching over telecast through facebook.com/Shobhit University India or youtube.com/Shobhit University in or linkedin.com/company/Shobhit-University for establishing agriculture value chain startup, agri-tech startup, which we recommend one agri-tech startup in each Gram Panchayat, means 2.25 lakh agri-tech startup in the country to help 14.5 crore operational holders, wherein GIS and geographical information system is very important. Agriculture resources information system is very important. Micro level planning is important. Integrated farm health management is very important. Let us unlock the opportunities at the earliest. Let me introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Manish. Professor Dr. Seema Mehra Parihar is presently a fellow at the Delhi School of Public Health, Institute of Eminence, University of Delhi, and a faculty at the Department of Geography at Kirori College, University of Delhi, India. She has more than 33 years of experience in academics in the specific area of gender, GIS, remote sensing, natural resource management, and field-based research. In 2020, she was a visiting scholar at Le Havre University, Normandy, France, and also taught online in 2021 and 2022 at the same university. He was also in Tokyo, Japan in July 2019 and interacted with the students and faculty members at the Faculty of Foreign Studies at Tokaha University, Japan. Her PhD is on natural resource management in Bahirdi Basin from the Department of Geography, Delhi School of Economics, and she is also a postdoc fellow at Geoinformation Processing Department, International Institute of Geoinformation Science and Earth Observation (ITC) in Netherlands. Professor Dr. Seema Parihar is currently working on two research projects, one jointly with the NatBoy entitled Women Empowerment Atlas of India, Science and Technology Perspective, sanctioned by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Another project entitled Mapping Good Practices of Institution for Supporting Redressal of Violence Against Women in India, sanctioned by World Health Organization, including agencies like ministries like Women and Child Development, WHO, UGC, DST, ICSSR, and so on and so forth. And she has received a lot of awards and felicitations. Indian Institute of Remote Sensing ISRO Annual Award 2018. Dr. Sharvapalli Radhakrishnan Distinguished Professor Award 2021 and during National Teachers Award celebration. And Bhu Samman by Bhu Vigas Foundation at a Rural Development Conference in Hyderabad. She has done a lot of publications and presentation, coordinated a 40-module e-learning course and recorded 20 lessons for postgraduate Pathsala of the Ministry of Human Resources Development, Government of India. Authored more than 40 articles in research journals, national and international, and published 8 books, including Physical Geography in Diagrams with R.B. Bunnett. Her latest article published this month in the journal Sustainability entitled Land Use Dynamics and Impact of Regional Climate Post-Dehri Dam in the Telangana Basin, Kadwal, Himalayas. Presentation at UGC IGU, Paris in July 2022. Emerging new ideas in validating gender disaggregated data in the making of Women Empowerment Atlas of India during pandemic 2020-2022. Strengthening of GI sciences and mapping healers of spaces of women's drama, geographical insights from BAWG Redressal Institution of India, 2017-2022. She has been a speaker in 125 plus national and international programs, and she's also a trainer of trainers and a resource person of the National Workshop on Capacity Building of Women Leader in Higher Education. And Professor Seema was also a joint director, Developing Countries Research Center, Deputy Dean, Students Welfare, Chairperson, Central Placement Cell, and Fellow at Institute of Lifelong Learning, University of Delhi. A trained behavioral assessor and an avid trekker who loves traveling. Professor Seema has also been actively associated for more than 40 years in spreading the movement of national integration. And Professor Seema is currently an interim president, vice president, Association for Geographical Studies, coordinator, the University of Delhi of Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, Digital Learning Courses, scientific board member of the Rise of Asia Conference 2020, and executive member of Indian Society of Remote Sensing and convener of Departmental Academic Integrity Panel. With this introduction, I welcome Professor Dr. Seema Parihar to address the national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022 on a very important topic, agriculture resources information system and micro-level planning for enhancing farm health, key to achieving the doubling farmers' income by 2022 agenda put forth 2000, 1987 and 2018. These landmark recommendations you are going to talk today. Over to you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's such a pleasure. I felt I joined teaching in 1987. And since then, I have an association with you. And I feel that you are more energetic now, even the way you were there. I mean, it's something, such a treat. And thank you very much, A, for inviting me. And today, all the participants, very good day to each one of you, whatever time of the day you'll be listening to this presentation. I'm going to speak on agricultural resource information system and micro level planning for enhancing farm health, key to achieving the DFI by 2022 agenda put forth. Of course, there are three key words out here which Professor Moni had rightly addressed. And these three key words are agriculture research information system, micro level planning, and farm health. For me, all these three words are interrelated. All these three words together talk about positivity. And with the positive energy of Professor Moni, I continue this presentation. And let me acknowledge right in the beginning to Professor Kunwar Shekhar Vijendra ji for inviting me, for allowing me to be here to Shobhit University, and of course, my all-time favorite, Professor Moni. Today, it was such heartening to listen to his energy. I remember that booklet of Village Information System when we organized, he came, he told me to organize some workshops at that time. And I feel that now also, sir, I'm ready, willing, whatever you ask me to do. So nice that, we're together. Thank you, Shobhit University. And of course, thank you, Manish, too. Who am I? Sir has already given you my introduction. I work on data. I work on all that data which make people happy. And for last few years now, with my three atlases, which have been first two, and then now recently, which was launched on the Women's Day by Minister, is on women disaggregated data. And today I'm going to talk about those people, the ones like, the ones who are, because of whom we are eating our food, because of whom we are, we are happy. There was no crisis which happened in COVID. We all got food because our country, our leaders, all of them are the ones with only one mission. And that is how farmers can be blessed, how farmers can be made happy. And today we're going to link it with the technology, how it can create an ecosystem with transparency, benefiting people, and again creating smart villages. Historical check, sir, had already talked about 1926 Royal Commission of Agriculture was there. And at that particular time also people talked about wellness. 1970 National Commission on Agriculture. Again, one was talking about, again, one had that little bent of that when we were thinking of people, farmers to be made happy. And this National Commission of Agriculture in 1970 was to review the progress of agriculture and make recommendations. And this commission released a report in 1976, and it referred agriculture as a comprehensive term. So the landmark thing in 1970 was agriculture became a comprehensive term in a way which includes crop production together with land and water management and animal husbandry. Now, today, when I'll be talking about, I'll also be adding social spaces to it. And so we all know that, we have so many farmers who are employed there. Then in 2004, National Commission on Agriculture came. And that again was the one which talked about faster and more inclusive growth for farmers. And today in the postmodernism era, we all are talking about inclusivity. We want to include everybody. We all know that how important parity is in case if we want to take our country forward. So we are thinking of livelihood security. And of course, the background is, as Sir had rightly mentioned, the 14-volume report of the Committee on Doubling Farmers' Income. And sustainability, monetization of farmers' produce, re-strengthening of extension services, recognizing agriculture as an enterprise and enabling it to spread as stuck by addressing various structural solutions and well-being. Ashok Dalawal Committee on Doubling Farmers' Income was the one. This is a landmark. Today, nobody can say why. Initially, I was thinking that my job was to only talk about my favorite subject, GIS, geospatial. But these reports are having luxury of information. And my request to each one of you, the one who is listening to this webinar, and to each student and to each human being, men, women, and whoever have a heart for their agricultural land or have links towards that, please go through each of this volume. It's easily accessible. I'll just take a minute to take you to just headings of it. Volume 1 is March of Agriculture since Independence and Growing Trends, giving you historical trends. Volume 2 is on Status of Farmers Issue Strategies for Accelerating Growth. Volume 3 is Post-Production Agriculture Logistic, Maximizing Gains for Farmers. I'm just requesting you, open your ears and heart to look at the words even of the titles of the reports. And they're voluminous. People are wanting that how farmers of our country can benefit. And so volume 4 is on post-production intervention, agriculture marketing. Volume 5 is on sustainable agricultural system, ensure stability of production and secure farmers' income. Volume 7 is on improving the factors of production efficient use of resources to add to farmers. And the title of Volume 7 is Input Management for Resource Use Efficiency and Total Factor Productivity. Volume 8 is on production enhancement through productivity gains. Volume 9 is on farm-linked activities and secondary agriculture. And going further, Volume 10 is on risk management in agriculture. Volume 11 is on empowering the farmer through extension and knowledge dissemination. And to what Professor Moni was referring, that he was part of Volume 12, Science for Doubling Farmers' Income. See, imagine, can you just think of it? This was released in 2018 and all that. Can you just think of it? On one hand, we are saying doubling farmers' income. On the other hand, we are also wanting and we're recognizing the power of science and technology. And that's the beauty of it. Volume 13 is our structural reforms and governance framework. Of course, we all know it. Nothing can work. In case of my governance framework, in case of my own policy making, policy decision, Niti Aayog and all in the present format are not there with me. But we all know as being an Indian, that heart of our country is with the farmers. And that's what is the intention. And I really would like to congratulate Professor Moni and the team that they thought of bringing it to the limelight. In case, and this is the 93rd lecture, imagine you've only listened to all this. And so at least to you all young brigade, the one who is here, the ones who are going to take the country forward. And today COVID has told us that world has become borderless. And that is the time when we all can actually make a difference. The way we all have helped other countries in meeting the demand for vaccination, and similarly, many other things also. And Volume 14 is on comprehensive policy recommendation. Of course, my job is not to go on that, but I'm only telling you there is no harm whenever you're doing any work, go to the background research, academic written text, from which you can get lot of information, lot of data, and many things. Some insights to a reality check, just as an introduction, because we're talking about doubling farmers' income. The background which is written is that, what we find is that agriculture, of course, we all know, and even Dr. Moni had shared some recommendations, but the share of agriculture in GDP has declined from 55.1% in 1950-51 to 13.9% in 2013-14. And of course, we all realize it. The reason is country is vast. At that time, there were less people migrated and all that. And that's the reason why this whole committee was set up. But the latest report of the latest study by State Bank of India, which says that farmers, and this is, I've just put it here just so that it's from a business standard, a standard newspaper. It's not taken from anywhere else, And State Bank of India, we all know that if there's any one bank where we all need to put money and we feel safe and all that, is State Bank of India. In case, so I thought this is the best thing to tell you, that the farmer's average income grew 1.3 to 1.7 times between financial year 18 and financial year 22. And SBI study is based on primary data of its agriculture portfolio across states, which contains granular data of various crops from agri-intensive branches and analyzes the change in income of farmers over the past 5 years. And and it's not that this is 1.3, but in some cases, crops like soybean in Maharashtra, cotton in Karnataka, income have in fact doubled during the same time. So, I mean, so it's like, and plus today, courtesy technology, we have that lens by which we can mark data, we can just document data. And coming to India, we are, of course, talking about that India. We are addressing that India, which is so diverse and so beautiful and so luxurious in terms of climatic conditions. Like this is something which you never have it anywhere. You have all seasons, you have all type of topography, and this is my beautiful India. This map I've taken from the recent atlas which I made. And of course, at the same time, government is giving into aspirational districts. So wherever I am, my first job is to find out, am I in any aspirational district? Then let me take advantage of all that thing that is given to me. Why should I not take advantage if I am in aspirational district? This is the picture which I've taken in my recent visit to Punjab. And you find that, so we would definitely like to make each farmer, this is a house, this is one of the village of Punjab, where they are sitting inside and they are enjoying and all that. And so that's what it is. We all ultimately, if Dr. Moni or if your Chancellor and if Manish and each one of you, we are talking about farmers, we are only talking because in our hearts of hearts, we know their happiness is the one which will make our food also delicious. And we all also would be so happy. So that's the reason technological, we have today so many portals. Today, we only need to filter the correct information. So that's something so important. And today, of course, in the sea out here, this woman is the one who's there. And this is so also going, as I said, aspirational district, whether it's a gender critical district, then that means my nutrition, my women, my everything. When I say gender critical, gender doesn't mean that only women. It's like the parity, then that means man in the house. We all know we are lucky to be born in a country where family system still prevails. It's not that there's a problem somewhere that's not there. And are we in most backward district? So wherever you are, for in GIS environment or in any environment, decision making ultimately takes place with reference to location. So if we already have these three well-structured locations with data, why not just find a map and then start working on that? And that's something which is so important. And these are the farmers from India only. And I'm so happy. See, he's so happy and just picked up. And, so this farmer is something we all are aiming at. This farmer, women also, that we want to make our country happy. Even if you see there are many schemes which are already there, you just see people working, and people are the ones who are making a difference. They're collecting data, they're going to the field and collecting data. But today, luckily, with this remote sensing data, we can get a lot of high resolution images also. We can get data as much as 0.63 meter, but we all know that ground truthing is another part which is very important if I want to make a supervised classification. And out here, the dream of Professor Moni, which was there at that time, that dream is still, I hope that one day we all are able to help with that dream, sir. I still remember your voice when you said you wanted every school, every college, especially the agriculture colleges, to be linked and adding value to it. That's something, what we all actually need to do today. And COVID had taught all of us that our life, we do not know what will happen tomorrow to us. So let's help and let's do that. And we have our educational system is there. Today we have online. And I felt very happy, Professor Moni, when you said that you're also having one online seminar also. So that's on education, where you're talking about with international seminar and this thing. And now this is also webinar, very much happening in a virtual environment, which is again borderless. And that's something what we want our agriculture and our farmers also to feel. That they're getting love, affection, everything, from each one of us. And our portal is telling us. So now let's move ahead. So the backdrop is our heart is with the farmers. We all realize that they need extra hand. We all realize, and we also do literally, we really bow our heads towards each one of them for making our kitchen working, so that we all are having food, we all are having breakfast, lunch, dinner, we all are even able to help others. And so that's what it is. So in case if I talk about the basic crux of geospatial information system, all my dear students, it's layers. It's layers, just one layer over another and another. And in case if you have to remember that, I only want you to remember these words: CSRTAD, CSRTAD, these 6 words. That's it. Nothing great. Rest all information you all can get from all those 14 documents which you have. And of course, by forcing Professor Moni to guide you more, or Manish or whatever, you have every information there. So what is C? C is capturing data. That is something which is so much required. And capturing 2 types of data: spatial data and non-spatial data. Now, spatial data and non-spatial data, when we say capturing non-spatial data, is what we call in this language attribute data. And this data that we collect is from 3 platforms. This data that we collect is from 3 platforms. One platform is ground platform. You clicking the pictures, and nowadays, luckily, each one of you is having this phone. Each one of you, the one who is there, is please click a picture and just post it. I'll guide you how you can help in the country also. But just doing that, that's a ground platform. But if you're standing on a platform, you're standing on a high-rising building, and with any of the camera, high-resolution camera, that's a ground platform. Second is, what we have is an air platform. What we call collecting data, what we call is a photogrammetry. Photogrammetry is a science of collecting information, pictures, data from a camera which is there or in an air platform. Today, you all are also watching drones. So drones is another thing that's also in an air platform. This is a recent entry, and it's given you lot many advantages also, anywhere, anytime, and it's cheap and all that. That's something you can collect data, information. Ultimately, you cannot lie with data. You can lie with, creating whatever displaying maps that you're doing, but you cannot lie with the real pictures. You can lie with the statistics, but you cannot lie with the visualization of what you're seeing on the field. And that's the power of these tools. And attached to this is GPS. And, you all know how to geotag images. Today, you're also, with this phone, you're having a geotag. And in case if people have this phone, it's also got a LiDAR lens, so you can get a 3D images also. So that's the power of today. That time, Professor Moni, you remember when we were doing the GPS, we all had to buy, and it was like a dream come true that we are geotagging image, and, we are doing all that. You all kids, the ones who are listening today, and even the elders, you have a luxury of everything readily available to you. But now, then that means the work is more on you. You have to make use of it. It should not go waste. Mahatma Gandhi rightly said, we have enough of man's need. And today, we have enough of man's technology also. But we have to use it for the right purpose, not for the greed. So C is capturing data, simple. S was the third platform is space. And space is the one which gives you a data, remote sensing data, satellite imaginaries. And you have 2 types of satellite. One are sun synchronous satellites, those satellites which synchronizes with the sun's movement. And then you have the satellite which synchronizes with the Earth's movement. So you have geostationary satellites and you have sun synchronous satellites. And plus, the ones that we work on, and at that time, we were going and we were working with the big computers and all that. Today, you're getting to the satellite data also, data of 0.6 meter resolution. Do you need data more than that? And plus also sometimes little below that also. Do you need data more than that? Even your all resolutions have improved today. I mean, if I talk about your Thermal resolution, you can get in any temperature the data to as bandwidth as you want. If you want a spatial resolution, great bandwidth that you have. And even temporal resolution, the beauty is that every day you can get data. You've got weather satellites. And to top it all, you have not to be dependent on. Today, you also have private satellites. Quick bird and all that, like, in case if you have a bigger project, you really want to make a difference, and you're this thing. And I'm telling each one of you, the one who's listening to me, the student, the young brigade who's wanting to make a career, that world is looking at us because they're the demographic makeup is like that they don't have young people there. So who is going to run that? If you gain knowledge and you gain skill, you can just do it. So C is capturing data through all these platforms in a spatial format and non-spatial format. And that is the foundation stone of GIS. That's the foundation stone of technology. How truthfully you have done that and with what intention? Have you collected that data with an intention of hoarding? Then it's a big no. Or have you collected that data with the intention of sharing with everybody? And in a country like India, I can vouch for each one of our homes, in case if you have a look at it, some may have a small temple, some may have a big temple, some may have whatever, but they all do that. And we generally are nice people. Honesty prevails, Again, for me, Mahatma Gandhi is there. So honestly, we need to capture data. And then the beauty of this geospatial tool starts from there. Once we have learned that, and Dr. Moni, I remember you that booklet with all those indicators and variables and all that mark. We need to still, we do not have done that also. But today we have a crowdsourcing, which I'll talk later. S is storing data. C capturing data, S is storing data. It's not that every time you have to make a same map. Once you put in there, you can store data, you can retrieve that. That's the luxury of the technology. It's not that every time you have to draw the graphics or you have to add the table. You can add to the data that you have. T is, of course, transforming data. Luxury of GIS is it transforms data. Transforms, of course, we all know if I have a map of 1:50,000 scale and I have another map of 1:25,000 scale, I need to definitely transform one data over the other. And you all know it. You all have been doing it in physics and everywhere. Whenever you're using a formula anywhere, you cannot match 1 kg with 100 grams. You need to convert. You need to transform that data in the singular unit. That's what transforming is. Or even you may have different projections. You may have a cylindrical projection. You may have some other data in Mercator's projection. You may have some other data in some other projection. We need to transform into a uniform, singular database so that, we can match the product. That's where your intelligence will come. So you cannot just blindly do it. You can mechanically do it, but mechanically doing it with intelligence. That's important. And then once you have done that, have a great cup of tea like I'm having right now and start analyzing and create smart villages, smart farming, double your income, triple your income. And once you have put all these layers on that diverse map of India, where to plant what, in which season to plant what. And then you can visualize. Even people who are not knowing, we are not supposed to know every subject. That's the power of collaboration. That's the power of collaboration. And that's something like, so each one of you, this is what GIS is all about. Just your class is finished. CSRTAD, and now we move ahead on taking it further, that how to go about it. Okay. So can I use it? Of course, you all can use this data. It's not, yes, I agree. You have a specific software for it. But luckily, we also have open source software. We have proprietary softwares like you can say ArcGIS and the others of MapInfo and all of the other formats and all of the software. You also have to do open source, QuickGIS and all that. We all are using it. QGIS is something which is easy to get. You can download it and you have all the formula. The way to use it is also written. So that's one. Second is my ISRO. which of course I'm so proud of, and which you all should also be proud of. If anybody asks you which institution is a role model, you should say ISRO. We are way ahead. And you have, enhanced online Shy. You have got GIS viewer. You've got this portal which is there. You can definitely, in this geo portal, which is readily available for all you, in the Bhuvan platform, lot of data is there. I'm asking each one. I want my teachers to pick up. I want the course creators to let their students learn the technology. Let there be one whole paper on this, so that we all learn that it's so easily available. Today is not the time when I was studying, or Professor Moni was studying, or the other teachers were studying. Today is the time when everything is available. 30 meters data, you can straight away download Landsat images. Want to have a data on India, you can download on Bhuvan. Yes, if you want to do further specialization, then you'll get a lot of funding also. There are people to hold hands. But till this time, you get a lot of information, which again, people are not making use of it. And you can work on your theme also. There's a lot of what theme, they'll guide you there. So you can find a mentor also on this Bhuvan portal. You find people to guide you, what you need to do, how you need to do, how to go about it. And you can just find, and you can find examples. Like one example is one of these national crop forecast centers, which is forecasting how much this thing. You remember that earlier it used to be food crop, and today, all of us, the ones who have studied remote sensing, we all know healthy green vegetation. In case if I do my classification, my graph will look like this. Peak valley here, and then the peak here, then further one valley. If my graph is looking like this, the way the doctor judge whether you have a heart attack or that person doesn't have a heart attack, courtesy movies, you all know that person is going to get a heart attack. This person is going to die looking at the graph. Similarly, today with this technology, we all can know that which crop is the one. So then that means we can take an action. In the Space Application Center, Ahmedabad and all that are doing wonderful work. PUSA is doing wonderful work. You all would find a lot of people making use of your regional remote sensing service centers are doing wonderful work. So you all can just find. So in case if you're finding the focus, this will work, this will not work. And, you have other things which are there. One is WebGIS, and you've got a WebGIS, and WebGIS, you all know. You all spend, tell me frankly, how much time do you all spend on Google search or all those search engines? Each one of us. We cannot work even without our WhatsApp. And your Netflix and all, they're giving you a lot of information. I'm saying make use of that. Information is one thing, knowledge is another thing. Garbage is another thing. What you need to filter, how you need to filter is something what is important. And above all, to all this is your intention. So this technology is there. It's going to help you. And people have done that. I'll just show you one or two examples just to show you that how people are working and how, as I said, of course, bottom up and top down, we all always talk about. Sometimes, to a convenience, if there's something going wrong, if it's a bottom up, we say, no, it's a top down problem. Top down, we say bottom up problem. For me out here, this is the best time. When bottom up is also talking about the same thing, and bottom up is also talking about the same thing, and even top down is also talking about the same thing. And top down of all countries, courtesy SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, which are there, and this is an implementation decade of Sustainable Development Goals. 2030, we are just here today, 2022. All of you, the ones who would be there, so you all can contribute to it. And India, which is A, diverse, B, having large population, C, having a lot of young population, D, people are knowing technology, people understand technology. And so I think so this is the best time that we should definitely use. And plus, above all, you can ask questions. If you can see these colors, I'll show you a better slide than this. You can just analyze data, you can ask questions. And luckily, what has happened is that COVID has brought maps to everybody's home. Nobody was understanding maps. Nobody was wanting to talk. My cartography never had a great time than COVID, because each one of us is using maps, either ordering food through Swiggy or anything like that, I'll just tell you where is that person. Oh, that person is reached just 10 minutes away. We all open maps and we all just search maps. We all can Uber, Ola. We are again using maps. Like, so this geospatial technology, today when you all are doing it, and you all see your WhatsApp, you all are using Google Map. You all know, okay, where do you have to go? Okay, please send me the picture so that I can reach there. And that lady in this thing, Google Map, she's speaking, she's like, move right, move left. We trust her so much like a pandit that we all like, just follow her blindly. That's what is the power of map. You all know map, you all create maps of your neighborhoods, dear. Like do it and help people in putting what is right, what is wrong. So this is one example where I've just taken of the districts. You click on that district and you get information. You can get query how many crops, what, where. But first of all, this spatial data was marked correctly. So you've got districts, you've got villages further marked. If so, that means the first step is, what is the first step I told you? See, capture data. So capturing data has to be correct. Store data. Now this data, by asking query, I am retrieving. So the power of GIS is not creating maps. Power of GIS to ask questions and get solutions. That is the power of geospatial tool. And that's something, whichever district. And like, this is another example where we were just finding query by district mandal and the village from the same, that I want to have the data of this particular mandal and the village. So it gave me that I'm here now. So this is having so many crop. This is having this crop. This is this. Out here, I wanted to have other. This brought my lens to just that place where how many crop, whatever is the farm, which farm we are referring, whose farm is it, we are getting that. That's something, if we have captured data correctly, I have stored data correctly. That's the reason I'm retrieving data right now. And I'm asking questions and I'm analyzing and I'm displaying right now in front of us. We all may have not gone, but we know that if I ask district mandal, now you also, if I ask you, where is district mandal? You all will say, ma'am, this red boundary. It's not that you are aware about it, but your region is the one which is telling you that. Similarly out here, and further, you can further go down. How many schools are there? How many roads are there? Which road, whether kacha road, pakka road, whether I can take my vehicle till which point, whether I'll find water facility there or not. That's something which is going to there. So that's something, it's further deep down is giving me, which farm is giving me whatever. So it's giving me talking further. It's only because it's so state boundary and the other boundaries, whichever boundaries that I've captured. So that's something, which one can definitely work on. And of course, I'm not going into that. It's just there. I'm just telling you what you have to do. You have not to now use your mind also. Everything is in those 14 volumes. Of course, you can add further to that, like, what is my intention? Demand drivers, agriculture, legislative system, we need to have it, and we need to actually have it. We need to have agricultural value systems, we need to put in place. So now what I need to do, and we need to have farmer-centric national agricultural marketing system. See, farmer-centric. It should not be any other centric. Developing hubs and spoke systems, I need to do. I need to marketing intelligence system, all the artificial intelligence. And today we all, for each one of us, whether we understand big data or not big data, we know there's something called big data. Then big data is what? It's nothing. It's a lot of data. And then we also know another word, sweet word called metadata. Metadata is data about data. So that if you don't know, don't worry. Go to metadata and you'll find this data is about what? Then promoting sustainable agriculture should be my agenda. Effective input management should be my agenda. Enhanced production through productivity should be my agenda. Farm-linked activities should be my agenda. Agricultural risk assessment and management at the right time should be my agenda. Empowering farmer. Of course, that's the reason we are wanting to empower farmer, not only in terms of welfare and all that. Of course, extra income always helps, but that is not the aim. Research and development in ICT, what we're talking about, and structural governance reforms. So this is something I've just picked up from there. What I'm saying is, within this, you'll have around 200 variables which you need to capture. Each one of wherever you need to attention, whatever. So what I'm saying is, even if you don't want to use your mind, what should be my intention? Go to those 14 volume and you'll find your intention. What you want, your words are already written there by those great people, 100 odd people, the ones who were associated with it. They worked out, yeah. That's the India that they were. People fought for this country. I mean, that's the reason why we all enjoy 15th August every year. And now, how to go about it? First is that we today is another word, which is the innovation. Even our prime minister is very fond of, rightly encouraging each one of us, innovate, innovate, startups and all that. And building agri businesses and sustainable intensification is another, what we all definitely need to do. And there are, so this is something what we all, and everything is cyclic. If we do it in a correct way, in a correct intention, collect data in a right way, and then of course the sustain. And today, everybody is guided with SDG because it's an implementation decade. And especially in case if I go with this, I have my SDG 6, I have my SDG 1 and SDG 2 are the ones which are strongly linked and directly linked with the farmers initiative also. So in case if we have all this, we need definitely to work towards it, and we all need to combine all that: water, energy, food and nutrition and all that. And that will add value to the, that will definitely add value to the farms. This thing that will definitely make you healthy is not something which has come from the out of a blue. In our country, have you ever listened to a farmer, or if you've gone just for walking there, where people have talked about mental tensions, or they've talked about so many, of course, we've got share. I'm not touching that topic. We can talk some other time about the farmer suicides and all that. That's something, again, self-help groups and all that, we'll talk about some other time on that. But at the same time, look at this. They have created their own environment, but they share, they talk. You have a picture. If I ask you to make a drawing of a village, what will? You will draw a big tree. Below that tree, there is, people reading newspaper, they are discussing, and they are just working panchayat girl, and people are taking, this thing. That's what it is. And we should all make use of it. There are a lot many GIS projects which have already been worked. Soil resource mapping has been done, integrated watershed management program, developed a GIS-based soil health information nutrient management system, road information system, generation of seamless mosaic of maps prepared for so many agricultural related things have been done. Training on fundamentals of remote sensing and GIS application from groundwater prospecting have been done. Urban lake and pond conservation plan have been done in a GIS format. I can go on and on and on and on this. And study on the catchment.
Can you adjust your camera? Can you adjust your camera? Your photo has gone down. Your photo camera.
Oh, okay.
You can see your picture.
Down? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just take you now to a journey of development of GIS-based soil health information system. Just to tell you that, what is happening. It's not that we're just talking in theory. We are telling you that this is happening and people are making use of it, and you need to be participative in it. And what was the objective of this was to generate watershed-based information on nature, extent, and the potential of soil resource, to prepare soil map on 1:10,000 scale using Survey of India topo sheets and satellite remote sensing data using uniform legend, and to integrate and develop methodology, a watershed treatment plan in general, and crop-specific production system. This was something, what is the objective? Of course, directly linked with the farmers. And, so this was done to that degree. So today, it's not that if you don't have a knowledge, just go there, find out, and you can get that which soil is there and what quality soil is this. You'll get an accurate information on nature, extent, potential of soil resource is something which we all know. So this is something, which is just there, and you need to do it. And I'm just showing you one example of it. And that's just there. And of course, this reduces what? It saves your time. It reduces time and manpower required when compared to gathering information through ground surveys. This will just give you on a very large scale map. See, in case if I do it, it's a very large scale map, so you can get that detail and information. And methodology of this soil resource mapping involve the following steps. Number one, the most important is development of legend. What you want to put on a map. So sit with experts. That's what is artificial intelligence today. Sit with them, work out what are the different things that I need to put on a map. How detailed can I put? Then go to a pedologist, go to a soil expert and start doing it. That's important. Whatever you're wanting. If you want to, whatever. Step 2 is pre-field interpretation for delineating of soil mapping units by using lithology, very important, physiography, absolutely important, slope, land use and land cover information, and development of pre-field legend. So that legend is so important. It's not that I'll go to the field and then I'll do it. No. First, yes, you have other also, so that you can add more to the legend, but initial legend should be from the literature review, which you should have already done. And you should have definitely had 2 meetings with an experts who know about that. And one meeting, I'll say, go to the farmer. Farmer would tell you, will give you much more information. Maybe the language may be different. He may not be able to talk like an agricultural scientist, but he may be giving you his that local words. Then selection of sample sites, which is so important. Where, what, who, and why not this time? Step 3 is truth collection, including profile studies and collection of soil samples. Ground truthing you cannot do without. It's very important to make your training sites correctly. Just remember, we all know, you all remember your geography classes. You had made a sphere, and then we made, this is equator, and then you have tropical, then you had temperate, and then you have this thing. Green color will look green on the red on the forest. And then what species it is, you may have Banj, if you're in Uttarakhand, Banj, Paras, Ayar, Untis, and all that, they may all look red. But in case if I have an 8-bit system, then 256 tones which are there, which tone means what, is something which your artificial intelligence would definitely help you. You have not to do anything. As I was saying, this graph, now, as the doctor tells you that, looking at the report that this is the problem, out here you can diagnose the problem yourself if you have captured the data correctly, using the correct platform data and at the correct time. Imagine you want to work on the floods and you're picking up data when there are no floods. Will you be able to get information? Of course not. When there'll be flood, that's the reason you need to get data. You want to work on the, whether it's a time of Nirai or Gudai or whatever, you want to work on Gudai or that, point, and you're collecting the data when somebody's, when the crop is fully harvested. How will you know about that particular period? So what stage of that crop you want to learn and you want to get data, you need to capture data of that time, which is so important when the seed is sown. So that cycle data also you need to maintain. Then the soil sample analysis, then truth collection after that. Soil sample analysis is important. And then the finalization of classifications. We've got 2 types of classifications. One is an unsupervised and one is a supervised classification. And that unsupervised classification, you get a lot of this thing. Supervised, of course, if you want, it depends on what scale are you working on. And that then the post-field interpretation and the map finalization. So all these stages are important. Technology doesn't mean the technology will work, tuck, and you will do it. No, technology is with intelligence. Technology is with the correct location overlap over each other. That's important. So if you look at it like, say the soil, now you've created legend. Now this data that's giving hillside slope, dense vegetation, moderately steeping slope, 15 to 30% hillside slope, dense vegetation, very dark brown to dark grayish brown at the surface and dark reddish brown to dark brown in the subsurface, moderately shallow to moderately deep, fine loamy soils of Timarpuram and Daman Petal, 1 series, normal to slightly acidic in soil reaction and well drained, poorly managed with moderate erosion. Now this somebody has prepared a legend with pink color. Now I ask you, please tell me where is hillside slope. You all be very smart. Ma'am, I'll tell you. With the pink color, you all know, na? This pink color you recognize, you'll find it. But that pink color which is there is with so much information. So that is, that means capturing data, giving it a tag, giving it your geotag image. You may have a geotag image of your closest friend. I don't know your closest friend. If you will not tell me who that is Sri Ram, or that is Ramu, or that is Jennifer, or that is whatever, you have to tell me that. 5'7" height, 5'6" height, intelligent, this thing. Similarly out here. So once we have, this work, So this work is very important of capturing data and giving it tagging it with the correct information. And this is something which India is doing it. So you have people that have just picked up, an image of soil resource map of Karimnagar district of Telangana state. And if you look at it, like this is something, which you further have. This is which is their objective was that, generation of natural resource database and suitable action plan for land and water resources. This is a grid map, that water grid map we were wanting to do it. Because once you're through with the soil is one thing which is very important. Another thing which is very important is water. You need what water, how much water, what irrigation type of scheme, what would be there. So resource development on 1 is to 10,000 scale of 102 water grid mapping watersheds for the year 2012 were developed and out here. And the duration of the project was in Adilabad, Karimnagar, Khammam district, Mahabubnagar, Nalgora, and Warangal districts of Telangana. And that's something what is there and to showcase. That means it can be done, and it's being done also. And the deliverables that were promised with the geospatial information system were natural resource database on administrative boundaries, settlements, transport network, drainage, lithology structure, hydrogeomorphology, slope and its aspects, soil, land capability, land irrigability, crop suitability, land degradation, land use, and land cover. So draft action plan comes later. But the first of all these you need to capture, then only you can then further start working on it, integrating on it. An NDVI image analysis output data clearly depicting the pre-project vegetation condition of the watershed. And today, luckily, software are there just to do it, many things themselves, provided we just know the formula, just like any other thing. And then development of GI-based soil health information and nutrient management system. Objective was to organize available soil analysis data into database with georeferencing at cadastral level using GIS techniques. To develop and integrate soil and related thematic data with a database of soil health portal. To develop management information system to support different decision support system. Different people, different hierarchy, different officers, they can see it. You can, but my request to each one of you tomorrow, I wish whoever, either A is an officer, B is a trainer, C is a student. Tomorrow, when you become an IAS officer, when you occupy any position of decision making, do not allow your team around you to navigate everything and you have lovely lunches and dinners and just listen to your praise. Please, just you have not to do anything. Hire expert. Ask them to show you on the slide. Tomorrow, this time we saw in the COVID many times, there were too many river streams and irrigation and this tube and all that. A lot of budget was sanctioned to them, but that somewhere along the line, no work was done there. So don't rely on Babu. I'm not saying they're wrong. They help you, but there's some people who misguide you also. This satellite data, this data on your desktop, and you all have a nice laptop or you all have a nice system, a very big screen system there. And you all tomorrow, when you'll become big officer, you all can hire expert, ask them to show you before giving crores of budget somewhere. Please show me what is the status today. Show me after 6 months, what is the status on a map. This thing, this is going to end the corruption also. This is going to give you that value where you can contribute. So you get development of soil health database, soil health portal, and development of managed information system. That's something, this thing, integrated seasonal conditioning monitoring system was done, forecasting agriculture output yields, space agrometeorology and land-based observation, FUSL, sponsored by Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India at Pusa. Friend of mine, recently passed away. But anyway, so a lot of data, Modi's and ResourceSat data too, multi-date, SAF, these all sensors were used. Within a satellite, you have a sensor. Sensor is the eye of a, this thing, which is going to sense image. So you've got different type of sensors, and these are the name of the sensors. So mandal-wise, for entire Telangana area, this Modi's data was available. And today we all know that climate change, climate variability, we all talking about. This is giving you so much data on that. But you need to, for that, what you need to do, right intention, right capturing of data, and sharing of data. Learn to share things. We all always want to reinvent wheel. And when we reinvent wheel, there are problems. My layer would not match. My map would not match. So soil health information system, whatever the question that I'll ask, I just need to collect and I'll get so much information. And then further on each one, what I need after this is I only need to update this data. So if I've collected data till 2015, 2018, 20, 22, I can just collect it and I can retrieve it again. So no data has gone waste. So I want you all to become tomorrow officers like this, and even present officers to make use of this technology. And at least COVID, I think so, COVID has definitely made all of us very compassionate. We've started realizing that our close ones are so important. Everybody is a close one, and we all want to help others, and a country like India, where Krishna or whatever God that we all believe in, karma is the main thing which we all talk about. And if you start doing a work like this, then that means you're doing karma in your you're getting a great salary on the first. Second, you're adding value to your karmic account also. And that's something what I want you all to do. And plus you're being, and in one community, oh, he's a techno savvy. Yeah, cool dude. Become that. And that's something, just using that. And of course, SI space-based systems. And this is something, sponsored by ISRO. Track has contributed. So 10,000. So cadastral maps are done, provided. So now this is the second case study I'm just showing you that this is happening. It's not that I'm just speaking just like that. And everything is in Bhuvan Panchayat portal, and that's there for you, each one of you. You can just open, it's free. And it's also told you, and you people, you all youngsters are much better than us. We have grown up in that era where we all see how to go about it, opening a big book, manuals. You people don't know. We give you a new game, you all reach level 7, winning each stage. We'll still be in the level 1. So you all can add value to all this. You all can definitely add value to it. Step 1 is the mapping drinking water grid. And that's something, and this is a track is really used lovely remote sensing satellite data and GIS techniques in a lot of ways. And they have about total of 18,507 required structures were identified in this project. The rural water supply infrastructure was one was tried to do. About 4,430 kilometers of main grid was established. 44,466 kilometers of subgrid was established. 38,506 kilometers of distribution of network was analyzed and extracted. See out here, it's written with data, but knowledge behind is CSTRAT only. You only need to do that. What is required where? Based on the work of track, estimations were prepared by rural water supply mission, and permissions were also taken. Now, in case if you want to do something, you need to, in case if it's a forest land, you need to take a permission of the forest department. That's another task. And if it's a pipeline has to pass through a railway line, you need to take a permission from the railway line. Now, you cannot do just, imagine a situation where from your house something had to go, they have to take your permission. So then that means it's a holistic, your geospatial infrastructure when you're establishing is a holistic picture where you have to just use your mind, just sit in the corner, make a create team, generate a create team, talk loudly, think loudly, make farmer a friend, ask them to do mental map drawing, just give them a pen and they'll do it. Give them whatever you want to do and they'll just do it. So forest department, the pipeline passing and all that, then these all detailed maps were prepared. There's a visualization. Visualization, I can of course zoom in and you can see a lot many information. Step 2 is once you've done that, water grid and all that, you also need road information system if I want to complete this thing. So in-house project, again, it was a Ministry of Panchayat Raj. So a lot of ministries also collaborate. All the Panchayat Raj roads were identified and extracted from high-resolution satellite data, Cartosat 1. And the surface type details were linked to the road information, and geodatabase was hosted in the NRSC Bhuvan portal web server. Bhuvan portal is your portal. It's portal which is meant for you. And if you cannot download, I'm telling you with my own personal experience, if they can give it to me, they'll give it to you also. Please write them. I am working on this, and right now I cannot download this data. Please help me with it. So, but first of all, you have to show your intention. How I got to know Professor Moni. It was not that we never knew each other. In 1980s, when it just started, we're talking about more than 35 years, sir. So it's just that, I went to his NIC. He was a very big boss there. And, just joined, and I just joined that teaching. So just requested, sir, I need this data, I need this information. And he was kind enough to understand from my energy that, this is something which is required. And he energized us. That village information system, imagine at that time, he was just talking about it. And it just worked, livestock. You felt as if, and for us urban people like us, daily, he said livestock, this, that, and all that. That's something what I want you all to just take that passionate energy. You all are so lucky to have him with you. Because sometimes we need around us in an ecosystem who are not cynic. And of course, and that's something, that enthusiasm, that passion, you need, each one of you, we need in you. And that is what is required to develop any geospatial information system. Imagine out here, just looking at this map, you can see everything. You can see Panchayat Raj network, all the roads, which road is whether it's a Panchayat Raj road, it's a village road, it's water body, it's a habitation. Kacha road, Pakka road, Pagdandi, the ones who have, all of us, the ones who have gone through the village, we all know it. And the objective was, of course, to develop a roads network on GIS platform with necessary attributed information, which will be an effective tool for updating construction and planning and maintenance and monitoring. In case if something has to go, farmers also need a market. So it's not that you only do that, you also need to transport that material to somewhere. So that's something, whatever things that you need to do. Conclusion was the GS technology exploited to its fulfillment for decision making process in transportation, engineering, and utilities, and all the utilities which were required were also just put in place, and we were able to know. And today, with advanced GPS systems and advanced further systems, we all can just know much more. And so now, imagine this is something like, which is giving you everything, just giving you, just click from here. This is the information. What road, which this thing, whose plot is there, what is there, how much, and all that. I can further go and I can get much more information. Imagine just of this small place. So that's something, that's the power of it. You want to put in there. And in case if you will also come to know that this is the place which is not growing healthy, this is the place where somebody needs help, provide help. And I'm telling you, in India, the power of religion, whichever religion, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, whatever, everybody is teaching you. We all are. That's the reason, not many deaths happen. Looking at the pandemic which was there, what was happening in the developed countries. I was there at that time. I just came back on 15 March. In Italy, you find in developed countries there were so many deaths. We never had so many. Whatever the media, don't look at media. Sometimes media only shows you one picture so many times. But the reality was very different. And why urban people suffered more than the rural data? Data is real. Why did that happen? Because of resilience and all those things. So capture on the positive aspects. That's something which is so important. And that's what. So see, this is what is, my dear, lovely. This will generate not only double income, I'll say triple farmers income also, if we use it optimally, map it, do not allow anybody to use our land rather than an optimal utilization in a negative way and just kill us. And of course, you can join hands from wherever you are. Look at this. This is a map. When I say you all can do it, the Bhuvan portal of ISRO. You all can add data. There's a place which filtered also. This is a crowdsourcing. This is what is a modern day thing, crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing is not only to generate money. Crowdsourcing is also to give data. You wherever you are, imagine. Now I'll go with Professor Moni's vision of that time. All agricultural universities, crowdsourcing was not then there. All of them today are having, even your Dikshawala, everybody is having this tool. You can be a part of contributing to that, capturing data, capturing spatial data, non-spatial data, updating that information. Somebody may say that there's a forest fire, it's coming to your land. You can just see how long, when, Till what time? In case if there's an earthquake, disaster, and all that happened, this is going to help you. How many people have died? We've seen in the recent past. We have seen lot many disasters. We've seen earthquakes. We've also seen Kedarnath tragedy, flash flood. Now with the climate change, temperatures are changing, and people are predicting that 1.5 centimeter. So the too many flash floods, and of course, lot many people are cutting trees and all that. So all those things. So then that means it's not only capturing data once is important. What is important is updating that information. Updating that information correctly. So you can also join hands. Each one of you, the one who's listening, can join. And that's something which is so easy. You can just call them, you can just write to them, and they'll help you with it. But for me, what is more important today is that a step ahead, which people have not talked about it much, is the social spaces. Capture your territory, bordering, bounding, paralyzing enclosures, place which is their proximity, spatial embedding is also important. Scale, hierarchical arrangement of scale is important. Network, whatever the scale and whatever the sphere of influence is. Today, merge. My request to each one of you would be, and whoever are doing it, is physical space is one, we are doing a great work, but understanding the dynamics of the social space, we still need to work towards it. Because unless and until we map those layers, we would not be able to add value to the decision making, because today expectations are much more than they were ever. Today the expectations are so much because they Swiggy, Uber, and Ola have spoiled people. They're giving you immediately Zomato, what do you want, which food, they're their variety, they'll come, they'll give you tuck, tuck, tuck. So today people want those solutions in any form. Now savings in the self-help groups and all this is a picture which I've taken from my atlas, the Women Empowerment Atlas. So savings in the self-help groups are there. Saving in the rural self-help groups, of course self-help groups is largely rural, but you find that a lot many people savings are there. So from where is it coming? It's coming that people are earning also. So that's something which is so you have a lot of missions which are also going. National livelihood mission covering rural and urban units and so on and so forth. So you find everywhere. So look at this, capture this data, make it as a layer, and say, imagine in that ledger what we're doing. One is the soil, one is this, one is the other, your space which is there. You're making this for men, women, children. And I'll say now today, we are not looking just the binary lens, the other lens also. So it's just there. And today, important word that is there is, after capturing interlinkages, give them that interlinkages, show them the path with the right intention. And it's not that only the state, whether it's a state issue or this thing, politics and all that. And just in case if you don't want to give it, please do not spread false news. Please do not, this is a politics. See, politics and all that is there at their place. It's their job. Leave it to them. For us, what is important is everybody wants. See why people were united during COVID. This time there was no hoarding. We all got food supply. We all got everything right there. Why did this happen? Because there was no hoarding. But everybody was realizing, and in case there was a patient in any home, you were finding your neighborhood coming and just giving food there on your doorstep, or a gurdwara or whatever was giving food on the doorstep. And that was just happening because farmers and Indians are nice people, largely nice people. And it's only with that large intention only. We all are wanting that you all should also realize that you live in that country, which is a future, which is just tomorrow's future. Everybody's going to come here only because we only have young people like you all. So thank you, one and all. Thank you. And let us use our geospatial tools and technologies for enriching health of our farms. This is me. This is me in Punjab, this thing. I travel a lot in the rural areas. And yeah, my husband's family is all totally rural. I can rattle off the names. I worked on Uttarakhand villages, but now I work on Punjab villages. And Modi ji's statement, we must enable farmers to feed India and the world and earn a good livelihood. What a beautiful statement. Enable farmers. I'll repeat this statement. We must enable farmers to feed India and the world and earn a good livelihood. A farmer is a magician who produces money from the mud. That's something what I want all of you to just remember and add value to your karmic account. Do good work, whatever you do. I pray for you. Your sir prays for you. Each one of us, our generation, wish you all luck in whatever you want to do. It's not that in case you'll give me a valuable gift, I'll be happy. We all teachers, we all professors are happy in case if you contribute in a positive way. And that is the only thing and plus teachers newer paths. Your generation is doing wonderful work. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for having me with you. Thank you, Manish.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And can you come out from your presentation? Okay, thank you, very nice that. And it is a pleasure to have you on this forum. And just 1 minute. See, today, after so many decades of our interaction, we were able to connect all the dots. The today topic, that, it is such nice presentation talk by you, putting all your experience and the journey which you walked. And the title, when I was working with the Dr. Dalwai's committee, since I walked all along from 1987 onwards at the district level programs, and then 1995 on the National Blueprint for IT and Agriculture, then operationalization, then the real movement was we have done it. You also participated in the movement, Bhuvigan Vikas Foundation. Our great leader, I consider him as my guru, Professor K.V. Sundaram. And he has taught a lot of lessons. I learned a lot from him, and that has given a vision for me as a technocrat how to take technology to the grassroots level. So I learned a lot from micro level planning from him, and National Informatics Center has given an opportunity to, as a project director for working for digitalization under the DISNIC program, District Information System Program, in 1987 in more than 512 districts. And that was the initial step for today's e-governance. We brought out a database development. There's a 28 sectoral database development program, and also village level information system was visualized at that time. And that time we didn't have technology. And we presented to the district collectors conference, and that's how I grow. But today, the country or even Niti Aayog or the present day bureaucrats may not know the level of walking which Moni as an individual has walked at the grassroots level. And the simple reason which I got motivated was, being a person born and brought up in rural area, it is an important opportunity Government of India has given to me to promote technology to the below district level rather than working for computerization of the district administration. So that was the turning point. And then the revolution has taken place, and many departments, state governments have got their own IT department, gone for government computerization, top down. And but I was keeping on, my pressure on how to promote this from the bottom up process. We have so many educational institutions, be it IIT, be it NIT, be it 4,500 engineering colleges, 1,800 non-engineering colleges teaching computer science. What are we doing it? Finally, it is dependent upon one district collector, and whatever he wants to do is being done, or it is done. That's what everybody should accept it. Even till today, we don't have even a one voters list, whether for national parliamentary election or assembly election or a panchayat election or any cooperative body election. And the thing is that to draw information from the database is more important for a country to be developed, to be with a tech developed country, developed India, and digitalized India. But we have got a lot of pillars have been created, but it has to be horizontally integrated, seamless integration. And I felt very happy that which we started in 1987 on a district plan, micro information system for micro level planning. We started with 3 pro forma, operationalized it, and then it has got as a in 90, and in 2000 this program has been revitalized. It is also once again sanctioned to in the National Informatics Center that you undertake micro database for micro level planning, pilot districts. And also smart village program has been approved. I was having all along getting schemes approved, but there were a lot of bottlenecks for operationalization. And then agricultural resources information system, national natural resource management system by Department of Space, natural resource database management system, NRDMS by the Department of Space, Science and Technology. And if these 3 projects, DISNIC, NRRMS and NRDMS, if these 3 departments would have worked together at the village level, today India would have been different. We don't want to join together. That's a problem. Whether it is a bureaucratic department or technical department, is a problem. Egoism is prevailing like anything even today. But interacted with all the departments, then I thought that when I was given the agriculture sector to see from national level, I thought that with my district experience, I should see to that it is a bottom-up development program. That's why IT blueprint was given in agriculture sector, even when there was no e-governance plan. We proposed 15 informatics network for agriculture sector, asked for 3 to 6% of the agriculture budget for IT in agriculture in 95 through a national conference. And that's how the whole journey has revitalized once again, given re-energy, boosted. And then the National Natural Resource Management System of the Department of Space, through a planning commission task force, it talked about a group, task force on agriculture and soil, wanted to have an agriculture resources information system. I was the member secretary, and the then agriculture advisor planning commission, Dr. P.K. Kundra, was made as the chairman. And that has come out with an agriculture resources information system. And we wanted to have a pilot project, 2 pilot projects, but even agriculture universities of those respective districts were not in a position to understand. And district plan, micro level planning and agricultural resources. Then once again, I was part of the National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture, 2009. I presented it. And that committee also suggested that the district plan, village level information system and agricultural resources information system should be operationalized. They even suggested 3,500 crores has to be earmarked to be achieved by 2015. It is soil resources information system is very important, on which the plant has to grow. See, the minerals of the soil controls the membranes of animal health in the cells of that human, plant and animal. The soil is not healthy, you can't grow a strong animal, strong plant. We can't have a nutritious food. So everything is related to soil health. That's why I felt very happy that to get in this talk and farm health introduced. Then when nothing was happening, and after doing all projects, that's why I thought that after my retirement as a DGNIC 2013, this university was willing to work on agricultural informatics. It's the first engineering institute, deemed to be university, having an agriculture as a use case. And then have agricultural informatics as a discipline, like agriculture economics and agriculture statistics. And it's launched an MTech level agricultural informatics program, BTech level, PG diploma. And this is a very important thing that at that time, I was also asked to join as in the doubling farmers income committee report. I was designated as a chief advisor IT in the Department of Agriculture, and I thought that it's the right time once again from 1987 DISNIC, 1995 Agricultural Informatics, and then and 2017 is doubling farmers income. I thought that I should bring it all the accumulated knowledge, and 2000 we began Viha's foundation. We had 3 international conference. We brought out lot of recommendations. We were instrumental for even to have the department of this is earth sciences. An article myself and Dr. Sundaram wrote it that. But when the ministry was formed, an IAS bureaucrat has been put it as the joint secretary of the national, Department of Earth Sciences, Ministry of Earth Sciences. That is a different, history in this country, and it is very important that since I have undertaken a lot of journey, and through this university and through these doubling farmers income by 2022, I thought that I should have in digital technology and agriculture bring in all the experience with this farmers income as the kernel. And the 7 mission mode program is from our experience through which we have walked the journey and how to utilize. Especially, I brought agricultural resources information system and micro level planning to utilize all the geography discipline in the country, faculties of geography, both from school and from colleges and higher education. I was asked to deliver a talk in Jamia Millia Islamia, I think in 2011, paradigm shift in geography. And that one, they also brought out as a it's a volume, and put my talk is chapter 1. I even recommended that there has to be a national university on geography. In this country, we don't have it. We talk about sustainable development, you don't have a discipline of national importance as a separate university. And I wrote a letter to Dr. Kasturi Rangan when he was the member planning commission as a deputy director in NIC that the country needs a national university on geography. And till now, it has not happened. So I thought the doubling farmers income committee report is very important. And and I'm very happy that Dr. Dalwai, Ashok Dalwai, chairman, he put it the digital technology in agriculture as a volume 12B, as a sub volume of volume 12, 7 mission mode programs. The recommendations are there from 2018 till today. There is no talk by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. There is no talk by Niti Aayog. There is no talk by Ministry of Education. There is no talk by Ministry of Agriculture. Even the recommendation of doubling farmers' income, it is gathering dust. And COVID situation has taught a big lesson. I thought that as a former director general, technocrat, worked in agricultural informatics and this university, why can't have a national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022? One is to teach a big lesson to the country that bureaucrats cannot keep the recommendations under the carpet. It is not that they can open it whenever they want it. And it was a shock to many people that why Professor Moni is now running a national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022, thanks to the open-mindedness and the vision of the Honorable Chancellor of this university. Let us do it. Let us do it. Let us bring it. And I requested Dr. Ashok Dalwai to inaugurate this webinar series. He's so happy. And today, and you are delivering the 93rd edition every Thursday. And maybe 3 or 4 Thursdays would have been missed because of the speaker were not able to do it because of the COVID situation, or I was not well. And then Saturday, I thought that technology to be, open source technology to be promoted for Atmanirbhar Bharat. That I made it as an international webinar series for NRIs to join in association with the African Asian Rural Development Organization. They also feel, they are also very happy to get associated. And that is 91 edition, and this is 93rd edition. And I felt so happy to network, crowding in all the faculties working in that. Today's takeaway is I'm very happy, Professor Seema Pariharji, that we worked for more than 2 decades. And I'm very happy that still you remember your first meeting in NIC. I still have the same energy. People always say that Modi and Moni, the difference is only one letter, MODA and MONI. And I thought that I should contribute, and these 7 mission mode programs has to be operationalized at the village level. And I would like to request you be the champion, and let us revitalize once again Bhuvigan Vigas Foundation and this
You please tell me, sir, whatever. Yeah, yeah. Please, you just
uh,
tell me.
agricultural resources information system and micro level planning for facilitating for achieving smart farming and smart village and integrated farm health management, and to achieve DFI by 2022. And let us make join together. We'll make a mission with, I would like to have you as the chief person to chairperson to work on this component of doubling farmers income by 2022. Let us bring all the geography discipline. It is very important. And bring in necessary capacity building pilot projects, and with the focus on, you put it very nicely, you brought out all the 14 volumes headings and also talked about how important it is. And let us work in this direction by as a part of operationalization of sustainable development goals. It's a decade of operationalization, achieving SDG goals in this in this part of the planet, India. And doubling farmers income by 2022 gives us a push, a ladder, as a vehicle. And my takeaway from this today's talk is that let us have an action plan as to how to operationalize digitalized agriculture resources information system, micro level planning. It has got a strong support of the previous planning commission and previous the ISRO and the National Informatics Center and the National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture Department, means Minister of Agriculture. And then that now the doubling farmers income, it will be a big mission. We'll have as a sub component and Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, the Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies. Let us work together along with you and the geography discipline and all the geography departments of both colleges and schools and higher education as a national movement to achieve doubling farmers income by 2022 through this recommendation of Dr. Ashok Dalwai. I would like to hear from you, and then I would like to close the webinar.
No.
Over
Thank
to
you very much. No. For me, of course, I'm always there, and this is such a pious thought. It's a pious thought. In case if we can all join hands, I would definitely like to contribute towards it. And of course, and now I also stay somewhere close by only. We can also have that. We can have face-to-face meetings on that, and we can definitely take it forward. I'm all for it, sir. And to work with you is my always a very pious thought. And I know
And
your intentions are genuine. So that's something that is very.
And then we will also to to make the younger generation to understand, maybe that based on today's talk, let us have a 3 months diploma program.
Oh yes, I'm
Let us
ready
put
to
it
be a part
with
of
the
it.
focus on the digital technology in agriculture, the 7 mission mode programs, the role of geographical information system, GIS technology, and then how to prepare pilot projects at the village level, and how to create a startup based on this agriculture resources information system micro level planning to help farmers, 14.5 crore operational holders. And that is very important. With that, I would like to thank you for participating, and it is a very lively presentation. And let us let us look back our journey along with the Dr. K.V. Sundaram, and he will be the happiest person to that today. Both Professor Moni and Professor Seema Parihar is talking about what he wanted to achieve. And it is a concretized program. Now, 3 big committees talked about this, what we want to do it. and doubling farmers' income has recommended Dr. the Ashok Dalwai committee. Now let us walk with whether the government is interested to do it or not, but let us do it with the geography discipline, and let us motivate that the country needs a national university of geography to undertake necessary research work and capacity building for sustainable development at the grassroots level. It means development from the bottom up. Thank you very
Agree.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I thank the Honorable Chancellor and the faculty members, dear participants, and my guest speaker, Professor Seema Mehra Parihar, for making this today's program, very successful. And let us have an action plan to move ahead to achieve what our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, wanted to achieve, the doubling farmers' income by 2022. Many people used to say, now this is 2022, and this is a landmark decision. And let us evaluate our achievement with this goal, doubling farmers' income by 2022. It is a landmark and hallmark. Let us walk with this as a milestone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.